Today, I'm going to do a little something different. I want to talk about two songs, and there's similarities. And I'm picking out Bob Dylan's Shelter from the Storm and The Who, The Punk and the Godfather. So, toward the end of the song, in Shelter from the Storm, it says, "Beauty walks a razor's edge, someday I'll make it mine." And in The Who, we have, "I have to be careful not to preach. I can't pretend that I can teach. And yet I lived your future out by pounding stages like a clown. And on the dance floor broken glass and bloody faces slowly pass. The numbered seats in empty rows. It all belongs to me, you know." Okay. So, what's going on here? I want to call your attention to John chapter 16, verse 13. I'm going to start. "Howbeit, when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, he will guide you into all truth. For he shall not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear, that shall he speak. And he will show you things to come. He shall glorify me, for he shall receive of mine, and shall show it unto you. All things that the Father hath are mine. Therefore said I, that he shall take of mine, and shall show it unto you." It's also in a different, that's a King James Bible. In another Bible, it's the key verse is, the key part of that is, "All that belongs to the Father is mine. That is why I said the Spirit will receive from me what he will make known to you." So, all that belongs to the Father is mine. Now let's look at "it all belongs to me, you know." Okay? From The Punk and the Godfather. So this is what it, this is what it basically goes back to. "It all belongs to me, you know." Goes back to John 16:15. "All that belongs to the Father is mine. That is why I said the Spirit will receive from me what he will make known to you." Okay, that's what I think is going on there. And in Shelter from the Storm, you have, "Well, I'm living in a foreign country, but I'm bound to cross the line. Beauty walks a razor's edge, someday I'll make it mine." Okay, so in a previous video, I talked about this verse from Shelter from the Storm. And I think it's a conversation between a man and Jesus. And the man is saying, "Well, I'm living in a foreign country, but I'm bound to cross the line." He's saying, the metaphor is his time here on earth is the foreign country. And the bound to cross the line is crossing into the afterlife. And so, I'm living in a foreign country, bound to cross the line. Now Jesus responds, says, "Beauty walks a razor's edge. Someday I'll make it mine." He's some attribute of the man. He's this calling, beautiful. Beauty walks. He's something about the man. He's saying is beautiful. Beauty walks a razor's edge. The razor's edge is what I think is that's the edge between salvation and damnation. Okay, so beauty walks a razor's edge. Someday I'll make it mine. So something about the man walks a razor's edge between salvation and damnation. And Jesus is reassuring him, saying, someday I'll make it mine, is basically like saying, he's going to make the man, he's, beauty walks a razor's edge, someday I'll make it mine. He's going to make that beautiful thing about the man his. Something like that. In other words, it's similar to John, again going to John in the Gospel. And this is the will of my Father, that of all he has given me I should lose nothing, but raise it up at the last day. So I think this is what's going on in that Shelter from the Storm song. But it's not a far stretch to what's going on here in the Punk and the Godfather. It all belongs to me, you know. So, it all belongs to me, you know, and beauty walks a razor's edge. Someday I'll make it mine. That's Jesus saying to the man, I'm going to make something about you, the beautiful thing, mine. And then if I could only turn back the clock to when God and her were born. Come in, she said, I'll give you shelter from the storm. Okay, Jesus the one that's saying, come, I'll give you shelter from the storm. And forget the she part right now. It's just another alias. It's just another nickname. A lot of nicknames. I don't want to get into that right now. But come in it's like the invitation Jesus gives. Come to me, all of you who are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. It's kind of an invitation like that. So I don't want to lose track of where I am here. What about? I have to be careful not to preach. I can't pretend that I can teach. And yet I lived your future out by pounding stages like a clown. And on the dance floor broken glass and bloody faces slowly pass. The numbered seats in empty rows. It all belongs to me, you know. The numbered seats in empty rows. Something about the people, it all belongs to me, you know. I could really say something about this by pounding stages like a clown, but I'm not gonna do that right now. But those are a couple of the things, and I got one more song I want to throw in just to emphasize how we could be talking about Jesus in these songs. You know what I mean? It's just to understand these songs. And this is a really hard one, Changing of the Guards. It's a hard song by Dylan to interpret, but here's one thing where I think is I know what he's saying. Gentlemen, he said, I don't need your organization. I've shined your shoes. I've moved your mountains and marked your cards. But Eden is burning. Either brace yourself for elimination, or else your hearts must have the courage for the changing of the guards. So I feel that's Jesus speaking. Gentlemen, he said, I don't need your organization. I've shined your shoes. That is a metaphor for I've washed your feet. Okay, that's what I think is being said there. I've moved your mountains and marked your cards. Not going to get into that, but the blatant one, the blatant thing for me is this: I've shined your shoes. I'm pretty sure that's a reference to I've washed your feet. Okay, that's good for today. Today is February 23rd, 2023.